friends, welcome to my humble homestead. Today I'm going to spend some day in my kitchen doing some meal prep. Doing some meal prep, some freezer meals, make ahead meals that are super easy to do and great to have for things to just pull out for quick meals, quick lunches. Also on those days where you just don't want to mess up your kitchen, you don't want to cook ahead, you don't have time to cook and you just need something fast. Also to save money, because a lot of us who work just tend to maybe grab some takeout. And if you have seen the prices of takeout lately, this is some great ideas for you. For me, I've been trying to eat more cooking at home, healthy meals. So these are some great, delicious options to have. And personally, I think they taste better than eating out. So I'm gonna bring you down here. I had cooked a whole chicken in my slow cooker and I deboned it, took all the chicken off. And in my slow cooker, I have a little bit of the chicken and I am just turning that into some chicken and vegetable soup. So I have this chicken here that I'm gonna use. We're gonna make some buffalo chicken taquitos that are super easy to pull out of the, to have just as quick lunches. I'm gonna make a Mexican black bean and rice casserole that is super easy. We're gonna start with that so I can just get that in the freezer. I started by making some rice in my Instapot here. And I had some leftover broth that I needed to use up in my fridge. So that's what I used to make with my rice. And I am just going to use these two glass pans because I can just take these right out of the freezer and I can throw them into an oven and cook them and they'll be ready to go right away. I just want to spray my pans on the bottom just to have them sprayed so nothing sticks. And then I'm gonna fluff this rice up a little bit. I'm just using jasmine rice. You can use whatever rice you want. Now, if you want to keep this keto, there is an option you can use. You can either leave the rice out. You can use cauliflower rice. You can layer the bottom with vegetables, eggplant, different things like that. So there is a way to keep a keto because I have family members that do that keto low carb. So you can. I do not do keto, but what I do is I do keep my portions smaller and I do tend to try, cook from scratch and eat healthier. My meats come from farmers, my vegetables come from farmers and grown by myself the most I can do. We all have our own ways, we eat the best we can with what we have and what we can find. Just wanted to give the other options out there for all of you because I know you ask it as well. So we're just gonna get a first layer here with just the rice, move it out. And making rice in the Instapot is just super easy, everybody. I literally just rinse it in cold water, throw it in the Instapot. It's a 1-to-1 ratio I like to use my broth. You can use water if you want, and then hit that rice button and it is perfect every time. I love it. And there's a little bit of rice left over here. I'm going to save that, use it with one of my other dinners. And then using up some more of these organic black beans that I have on my pantry shelf, I'm just going to pour. I probably could have used one can for both of these, honestly. Yeah. I probably could have, but let's see. I'm going to make it a little more fun. Now you can also make this very meatless. Leave the chicken out and just do beans if you want to do a meatless meal, save money, or if you are vegetarian. And then I am actually going to put a little bit of chicken. Since I have plenty of beans, I'm not going to use a lot of chicken on this, but I am going to put some chicken over the top of this. And then I found these green chilies in my freezer that are still a little frozen, so I'm going to munch them up. You can get the can of green chilies if you have them, but I'm just going to put half of these on each of these. Just kind of give it a little bit of a Mexican flavor. Ooh, these have some flavor to them. I can smell that already. But if you don't have them, you can get the can of diced green chilies. And on top of this, let me get a bowl. So I am going to make a sauce to go over this. And I'm just going to take some sour cream and I'm going to use some of my homemade salsa. This is the smoked put the whole jar in there. Mix it up. And I'm going to pour half over each of these. Now this would be good eaten with chips, with a salad. Oh, that smells super good. And basically I'm going to cover these, put them in the freezer. When I need a meal, everything's already cooked through. I just am going to have to heat it. Do this one. And then I will top it with some cheese. And this is an easy Mexican casserole, taco Mexican casserole, if you want a taco night. I mean, that could not have been more easy, right like that. I'm just gonna add some cheddar cheese over the top of each of these. And then I'm gonna cover them, and then I will write on it that they just need to be heated, and then I'll cover them, I'll wrap them all completely in plastic. And then I will put them in the oven because I don't have these ones don't have lids with them. I do have a couple that have lids, but they're being used. Ta-da! 2, just like that. All right, let me get these covered in the freezer and we'll move on to the next. Okay, so for the next one, I am going to do Buffalo Ranch Chicken Taquitos. So I actually had this block of cream cheese out of the fridge for like an hour to soften. And I am going to throw this in my bowl. To that, I add a half a cup of sour cream. Basically, I'm going to make my ranch dressing in here. Some celery seed, just adding my, I do have some ranch. I sometimes buy the ranch seasoning at Azure. I don't have any, so I'm just gonna make some here. Salt, so I'm just gonna add the seasonings in here. Okay, so I'm going to mix up this cream cheese a little bit. And then to that, I'm going to add 4 cups of chicken. If you guys don't, I like to just buy my chicken and cook it whole. It's a lot cheaper that way. And I like to buy mine from local farmers if I can. And depending on how spicy you like it, I add Frank's red sauce, hot sauce to it. You can use whatever hot sauce you like. But I'm just going to add... Let me take the top off. That's not going to do any good. But I'm just going to dump about, between a half a cup and a cup. And then I'm going to mix all of this in. I'll probably add some more hot sauce in there because it looks like with all this mixture. And this I'm going to fill up into the tortillas. Using corn tortillas. You can use any keto-friendly tortillas if you want to keep this keto-friendly. You can use flour tortillas if you want. And this is what we are going to fill our tortillas with for the chicken buffalo ones. And these you can just grab out of the freezer and you can heat them if you need a really super fast lunch. I like to put them in the air fryer. They're delicious that way, and they're really fast to heat up that way. This with some celery and carrots, super delicious. All right. So I'm literally just going to roll these up on a cookie sheet. Like I said, I just got some corn tortillas, but you can use whatever tortillas you want. And you can flash freeze them. And then I stick them in Ziploc bags, and then I can just grab out however many I want at the time that I make them. Like with the small, I have these small ones because they're corn tortillas. I would probably eat like, 3 with a salad. And I just flash freeze them like this. So I'm just going to roll these up, and then we will go on to the next recipe. See you soon. Super easy. Look at how easy and fast these are. Hi, welcome friends. So I just wanted to show you, as we're still doing this pantry challenge, what I've done with my leftover roast that we made. I'll link that video below where I made this roast in my slow cooker. So I had a couple meals out of it, and then with the leftovers, I made 3 lunches here, and I'm going to put those in the freezer to have for lunches. And then I have some meat still on the bone. I still have some potatoes, carrots, celery, and onions in there. But to that, I'm just going to add, because I took quite a bit of the carrots out, I'm going to add some dehydrated carrots. I'll add a little bit of my dehydrated minced onion just for a little extra flavor. Added some salt and pepper. I'm going to add some extra garlic. And that's about how much juice I have in the, I'm going to see how it is. I kind of wanted the bone to gel, get some, you know, good gel in there from the bones, because this was a butchered pig. So if I need a little more, I can put another can of broth in there. But other than that, I'm just going to put this on low and let it go until dinner time. So that's what I did with the roast. I'll show you it when it's done. Thanks so much, guys. Be blessed. Here is some butternut squash soup that I took out of the freezer and threw in the slow cooker. Once I finally plugged it in, I got it nice and done, and I am just going to take my immersion blender in here, blend it up, and this is what I'm going to have for supper. I did make some rice. I think I'm gonna have some rice on the side of it because it has a nice curry smell, and I just love rice with curry. So let me get this blended up and I will show you what it looks like. Another super quick, fast, easy meal that I pulled out of my freezer into the slow cooker. Love the meal preps that I have. Welcome back. So another easy meal prep today. I did get my red meat, my quarter cow delivered, and I was going to put these out on my smoker grill and smoke them and grill them, but it's raining and super bad wind advisory out there. So after I chased the chickens out from underneath the deck, I decided I'm cold, it's wet, I don't feel like doing that. So I had some portobello mushrooms and some onions I chopped up under there. I have a New York strip and some sirloin tipped steaks here that look amazing. And I'm just going to throw them in the oven. Super easy meal prep. Have some food for the week. I showed you all the chicken. Man, that is delicious. It does have a spice to it. So if you like a little spicy food, that was a good one. But this one's just going to be a basic, some meat and meals. I'm going to throw, I have a couple of small potatoes left. I'm going to throw those in with it. And that's going to be some meals for the week as well. Thanks, guys.